Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Phil here, and I'm coming to you not live. I have no idea what I'm coming to you as. Certainly not a corpse. Corpses have a great deal of difficulty talking. But what I was thinking today was that I have been very remiss in my responsibilities to the YouTube public in general because I haven't done anything dangerous in quite some time. I've got my plastic bag here. I'm not putting it over my head if that's what you're wondering. I've got some tools and whatnot over here. Hopefully I've got all I need. I may need a screwdriver. There. I've got a dozen here. Yeah, that'll do. So, what have I got here? Well, this is called a quick lag circuit breaker. Now, why is it so very, very dangerous? Well, it's not exactly dangerous, and I've got some, shall we say, respiration equipment here ready to go and on. But basically this thing is asbestos ridden. Now, before I get a lot of complaints, this thing is relatively safe. When you have a look at the asbestos, you'll go, okay, this is relatively safe. And I was deciding that it was actually safer for me to dismantle and to get the asbestos into a hermetic environment. And I thought I may as well do it on YouTube. Now, ordinarily, I would do all sorts of destructive things here, but I am not going to this time around. I do not want to disturb this any more than I have to. There we go. So what have we got here? Let me show you. So this is the offending item. Okay, so these are the dissipators. They're ordinary steel or iron dissipators, but there's this cardboard-like substance on the side. Now, if you have a look at these dissipators especially, let's zoom right in on them. Can you see how there's actually quite an awful lot of arcing that's happened to them? You can see the scoring on them. And these pieces of cardboard here, they're relatively undamaged. In other words, they're very heat resistant. So this whole lot is going straight into there. I will be washing my hands. These are in pretty good nick, so there's probably no fiber contamination, but you can never be too cautious with asbestos. This is another thing that is asbestos. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to find the correct way to dispose of asbestos in my local area. I haven't actually searched that up myself, but there will be a council-based program which allows you to dispose of small items. If I had any larger items than this, it would be quite an expensive thing to do. But that has just essentially rendered the device an awful lot safer than it was not 2 minutes ago. Had I known that this thing actually had asbestos in it, I would never have gotten it. But now I have. It's given an interesting little talk on YouTube, hasn't it? So this is the this is the case of the breaker. Anywho, that's that done. Now let's have a quick look over here. Now the sad, disappointing thing about all of this is that it's probably been made in an era where they weren't actually using that much silver in the device. Now I'm hopeful that this contact here is silver. This guy here, I'm hoping is silver. And I'm hopeful that this is silver here. I'm hopeful that this wire contains some silver. And I'm hopeful that this is silver as well. But I am concerned that this is aluminium. This is some sort of copper alloy, which does not contain silver. And this, I don't know, is an M&M. I have no idea. But there is a good chance that a lot of the stuff that's on here is not as silvery as they normally are, which is a bit disappointing, considering the fact that you've got to get through a layer of asbestos to find the darn things. But, you know, them's the breaks. Here's another of the pieces just before we go. I've already tested a lot of these things. I know what they are like. These things here, I happen to know that these will be ferrous and this will not be. But this is ridiculously light. I'm pretty certain that's aluminium. Or alternately, some very brittle alloy, probably a zinc alloy. But I'm hopeful that this thing here is silver, but I'm not all that hopeful that it's silver. So basically, if you're going to risk death and disease to get 2 little silver contacts, I'm not entirely certain the cost is worth it. So thought you'd be interested with that kind of analysis. I'm going to continue to scrap these, and I guarantee you I will safely dispose of these, and I will be washing my hands, but I don't think there's much fibre contamination from these. Thought you'd be interested. Dr. Phil out.